Hey friends, Amanda here at Bare Bones Living. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Amanda, and today I'm going to be finally planting my tomatoes and peppers, or starting my tomato and pepper seeds. My tomatoes will have plenty of time to sprout, and they will be big enough to go out by the time I'm ready to plant them in the ground or transfer them into my garden or my containers at this much time left in the season. But my peppers are definitely going to be late. So I need to do this now. So today I'm doing this with my little man because that was apparently the only way he was going to be allowing me to get this done, and it just needs to be done. So I have figured out what I am going to actually be starting. It was a really hard process to pick and choose what I wanted, since I have to be so selective this year, since I am growing in all containers because I plan on moving. I had to be very choosy. I did purchase a bunch of determinate tomatoes so that I could grow them in containers, and I will link up here, and I'll put a little link to all of the tomatoes that I just purchased from M.I. Gardener in order to have determinate tomatoes, because the only determinate tomato I had was Aroma, and I like Variety. So I am growing the Aroma, but I also wanted some other tomatoes. So I'm growing all those determinants or semi-indeterminants or semi-determinants or whatever they were referring to them as. Those are some of the tomatoes that I've decided to start, but I also did start some indeterminants, and I'll let you know what those were. And then I just did a handful of different peppers, 2 cucumbers, and I need to restart some lettuce seeds. So let's just get right into it, I guess. So if you are new here, like I said, welcome. I hope you enjoy. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe so that you can see all the other things that we do here. Hit that notification button too so that you don't miss anything. But first we're going to start with our cherry tomato varieties. And this is actually a plum tomato, but this is a determinate plum tomato, and this is called the cream sausage tomato. So, you know, a plum tomato is kind of like those longer salad type tomatoes. So I'm going to start 3 cells of those. And then I'm also going to be starting these black strawberry tomatoes from Baker Creek. These are not a determinate variety, but I really want to try them. So I'm hoping that I can plant them and I can move in time to support them the way that they need to be supported. But they are described as sweet and tart balance flavor, extremely productive early, which is nice. And they're marble blue, scarlet, and gold, so they're just something super pretty. So those are the 2 salad type tomatoes that I'm going to be starting. Then I'm going to be doing the Paul Robeson tomato. That is also an indeterminate variety, and I just got these from Baker Creek this year. I've not grown these before, but they are a sweet and smoky tomato, and they're 7 to 10 ounce fruits, so they're like a medium size You know, it's not like a huge Brandywine, beef steak, Dr. Witchy's. It's not a giant tomato, but they're a good slicer size. So I'm excited to try those. And these, I'm going to totally butcher this name. It's a Warakawai or something. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but this is also an indeterminate, but they call it a dwarf indeterminate, and they say that it only grows 2 to 3 feet tall. So I don't know how they can call that an indeterminate, so that's why I'm going to be growing it. Then I have my Dr. Witchy's, or it's really actually, I believe, pronounced Weiches, but I just have that stuck in my head from watching Roots and Refuge, and it will live on. So I have my Dr. Witchy's and the Abe Lincoln tomato. And the Abe Lincoln tomato is also new to me, even though I am from Chicago and Abe Lincoln was from Illinois. But that is actually why I got it this year, because I did want to grow it, being that he started it, his family started it here in Illinois. I did want to try it. And it's a, I believe, a very large fruit. Large like the Dr. Witchy's or Brandywine or a beefsteak. And it's obviously a slicer. So it says medium to large red meaty fruit. So I'm going to be planting those. Then I'm going to do this Rio Grande, which is their semi-determinate. No, this one says semi-indeterminate on it. Don't know what that means. And then this Rutgers is their semi-determinate, and they say that this one is like a beefsteak replacement. So, and then this Rio Grande is a paste tomato, I believe. No. It says salad for its petite size. I must be confusing it with another one. Then we're going to go to the Floridad, which is a paste tomato. It's a determinate paste tomato. Then I'm going to be doing a habanada pepper that I have some seeds for. I'm just going to start a couple because I only have a few seeds. I've not had a habanada before or grown a habanada before. But you guys, I'm so sad. I got these Nadapeño seeds. I think I got them last year because I really wanted to try the Nadapeño, which is a not hot jalapeno, and the habanada is a not hot habanero. And I'm the only one that likes spicy food in my house. And so the habanada, I made lots of salsa with habanadas, or with the nadapeños, so that my family could also enjoy them, which they did. And I thought that I had more, either more in here or that I had ordered some, and that is not the case. So I don't have any nadapeños this year, which is really, really sad. I mean, I guess I could go out and try to order some, but I am starting these so late, you guys. It's not even worth it. So I have the habanadas. I'm going to grow the habanadas. I could make salsa out of the habanadas, and that could be my not spicy salsa for my family. So I'm going to do the habanadas. Then I'm going to do I have some poblano seeds that I'm going to do that I saved. As well as, this one's new to me, I'm going to do some paprika peppers. I'm going to grow paprika peppers, and I'm going to be, this is a traditional Hungarian paprika pepper, and that is traditionally what paprika, the seasoning, is made out of. I believe it's Hungarian paprikas. So I plan on growing these to make my own paprika powder. And then I can smoke some of them to make smoked paprika. And then I won't have to buy smoked paprika, which would be awesome. Then I'm going to be, I started all of my lettuces and cole crops and things like that already, but this plug tray that I'm actually using, I had filled with ruby red leaf lettuce, and I got a little too ambitious with I got too eager to move things out, and I killed this whole tray because it was sitting on my dining room table and I didn't harden it off like I did the other ones, and I'm like, oh, it's lettuce, it'll be fine. And it was not, and killed them all. So I have to restart some ruby red leaf lettuce because I enjoy it and I like variety, and I want this color of lettuce because I like the mixed greens. So I need to start some more of those. Then I'm going to be doing a whole row of California Wonder bell peppers. And those are basically, they're just your regular red and green bell peppers that are probably the most common bell pepper variety. And you can pick them early as green peppers, or you can let them ripen to red. And you can do that really with any other variety of bell pepper. If you just pick them early, they'll be green peppers. A green pepper is just an immature bell pepper. But if you buy like a yellow bell pepper, orange bell pepper, chocolate bell pepper, whatever, you pick them early and they're just going to be green peppers. Then I'm going to do, since I don't have the jalapenos, I'm going to do some early jalapenos so that I can make regular salsa. Then I'm going to be doing a whole row of Roma tomatoes, a whole row of Chicago pickling cucumbers, and I've never tried Chicago pickling cucumbers. In previous years, I have done the national pickling variety. And I've always meant to find the Chicago pickling because I knew that they had them. I just never got around to it, and now that I'm planning on leaving Chicago, I'm getting all nostalgic, and I'm like, oh, I have to get this Chicago pickling so that I can at least try it, right? And then lastly, I'm going to be planting some straight 8 cucumbers, just a tried and true cucumber. My favorite cucumber to grow that I grew last year was the Marketmore cucumber. I really liked it. I liked the size of it, and things like that. I liked the taste of it. But I have a lot of these straight 8 cucumbers, and I don't know that, since I'm trying to move, I don't know that these cucumbers are really going to move well with me. So I decided to go with just a straight 8 cucumber, because if it doesn't make it, I could still maybe try to plant it wherever we move and it will grow some or something like that, but I don't have that many of the Marketmore seeds, and I didn't want to waste them with the move, but I did want to try to see if I could grow this Chicago pickling. So you try some things and hope that they work, but then other things you're like, it's not worth it. So those are the varieties that I'm going to be planting. And I'm just going to be planting a few, 2 or 3 seeds per cell. The tomatoes, I'll probably do a few more, like 4, possibly 3 or 4 seeds per cell, because they're more forgiving. Tomatoes and peppers are a little more forgiving in being manipulated. Their roots being manipulated. But the straight 8 and the pickling cucumber, I'm only going to plant 1 per, because they do not like their roots disturbed very much. And this is gonna be my only tray of summer crops, which is weird to me. And I've also never started seeds in a modular tray like this, so that'll also be a first time for me. But I'm hoping that this is a little bit easier. I was planting them in a square planter and then having to like pull each one of them out, and it was just kind of, I ended up putting way too many in, and then I get way too many seeds, and then I'm like, or way too many seedlings, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all these things if I can't sell them all? And now this year that I'm trying to move, I really have nowhere to put them. I can't do anything with them. So I'm really looking forward to just having them in these little plug trays, and I'm hoping that that works out really nice for me. So I am just going to get right in here while he is still sleeping, and I can. And all my boys are napping. Well, I can see my oldest is not napping, but at least he's being quiet. But I'm just going to start these now and hope that I can get them all done. This one is my biggest struggle here. I have to get this done before he needs to eat. So I'm just gonna do my best to hurry up here and get some of these planted. But I hope you guys are planting all of your seeds and your gardens are growing great. I hope you guys aren't slacking as much as I am. And you're kind of chasing your tail like I am. But I got a lot going on this year. I can only do so much. I'm doing what I can with the time that I have. And darn it, I think I'm doing a good job of it. Plus, I gotta get this done before I go back to work. Probably shouldn't be using my marker like that, but whatever. This is probably going to be like the worst planting of seeds that I have ever done, because I'm just going to rush and try to get them all done before this kid wakes up to eat. Because it took quite some time to figure out what I was going to be planting in these. These are hard decisions to make. And it seems so final to me, like, no, you can't grow this, or holy cow, there's only 10 of those suckers. Is there even 10 in here? 2, 4, 6, 8. There's only 9. Okay. guess this is just going to be a all or nothing kind of a tomato. If I like it, I guess I'll have to save a seed from it. And the soil is already damp since I had plants in here already. I just failed to execute properly. I don't remember what I was just saying, but oh yeah, having to choose what I would and would not be planting was a bit unnerving to me. And very final, and but I did it. So I'm just going to keep filling these until Carter makes me stop. And I will get back with you guys when I'm all done. See? And I'm back. Like 3, maybe now 4. Yeah, I think now 4 hours later. Just gotta do things when I can do things, I guess. I ended up having to feed Carter and then make dinner for the family and put the boys to bed, and now everyone's in bed. So I have just finished planting all of my seeds, putting them all in, and the last thing that I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to put on some vermiculite, and I've not done this before, but it's supposed to help with moisture levels. Vermiculite is I believe it's a natural, it's like a natural mineral or something like that. Vermiculite pebbles. Yeah, it's a rock. Natural rock. And so I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of all these seeds. And that's going to help keep the moisture down for the roots, and then also help wick away moisture from the top from mold forming. So all I'm going to do is just sprinkle this over the top of my cells. It's very fine. I've never used this before. I'm going to put a little light dusting over each cell. And then I'm going to, I have a mister water, and I'm going to water over the top of this vermiculite, even though each one of these cells is already moist. From this bottom tray, I have this bottom blue tray filled with water. I'm just going to kind of put some water on the top to really get it all saturated and make sure that those seeds get wet. So I think that should just about do it. So that's going to be it for me tonight. It's very much my bedtime. This project has taken me basically the entire evening, afternoon and evening. I'm so glad to finally have these seeds in soil because I am so far behind already. But I'm so glad to have this finally done, something to mark off my to-do list, no matter how long it took me to do. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening and hanging in there for, you know, my breaks here and there. But I like having you guys here with me, and we'll see what comes up from these seeds. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.